Howdy all, I am Adam Renaissance Nerd, and I am a gamer. Specifically, I really am truly, in my little gamer boy heart, an RPG gamer. It was the first genre that really took me away to the wonderful world of gaming when I was a kid, and I would be a liar if I said I wasn't a super fan. I'm not gonna say fanboy, but a super fan of Squaresoft, currently Square Enix. I have always been into what they deliver. Ever since they put out the first Final Fantasy and they put out a myriad of other games, Breath of Fire, Chrono Trigger, then when they absorbed Enix and continued to put out the Dragon Quest games, I like what they do. But I have been a fair critic of what they've done over the years. They have experimented too much with Final Fantasy in the past, and I am not surprised although a little disheartened when I saw the news that they're about to report a massive loss. It's $22.1 billion here. That translates to $140 million US, and they're canceling games to make a more selective pipeline. If you go back in my timeline of my videos and streams and other stuff like that, I sort of predicted this, therefore I am not surprised. They took hits last year. They had a massive loss when it came to Forspoken. The loss of the Avengers pay-to-win game, the Guardians of the Galaxy game. They invested a lot in their Western divisions, which lost them a lot of money last year, which is why now they shoved them off, they canceled them, they sold them, and now they are canceling all these games. Now, they released a statement basically saying, we're going to reorganize, we're going to restructure, and if we make changes, we're going to let you know. This is a good thing. It's a bad thing that they're losing money because I want Square Enix to be successful. I want more good Final Fantasy games. I want more Dragon Quest. I want more of everything. I want more Secret of Mana, Legend of Mana, whatever you want to call it, Lore of Mana. They got a new one coming out there too. I want it. I'm happy to support them. But I will only support them when they're good. And I don't always support them when they put out bad games. And that's just the thing. Gamers will support stuff when there's quality. But unfortunately, at the same time, bad media can hurt a game. Let's be honest. As I said a minute ago, the past 10, maybe 12 years, well, I get 15, 16 years, they did a lot of experimentation with their flagship franchise, Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 12, Final Fantasy 13. We don't count 14, MMO, we'll come back to that in a minute. 15. These were experiments going in the wrong direction and eventually were failures as games. They were not well received. They were not enjoyed. They do not go down as iconic Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy 14 is an MMO. It is something an entirely different beast, and it has proven now to be, since its reboot, when Yoshi P took over and rebranded it, fixed it, and put it back out, it is currently one of the most successful MMORPGs on the market. Yes, has it suffered in the recent couple years? Everything has suffered. The economies suck around the world, and people don't have the money to spend and play all the time. And also, there's always a lull between expansions. New one in 2 months. Once more, I'll come back to that in a second. But it is done well. And is done well because Yoshi P, who was also at the head of Final Fantasy 16, he gets it. He understands what gamers want. He listens. He makes sure that they get the quality they deserve, and that's the point. When you cut away from a lot of the propaganda and arguing about this and that, especially surrounding stuff like Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, the games are still quality. People who are of a certain mindset may be angry about the Final Fantasy VII Remake series, but when you strip away their complaints, the games are good. The stories may be different because it's a remake, not a remaster. They may be different, but care and attention was given to both the characters and the story. I finished Rebirth. You can go watch my full playthrough, along with my playthrough of Remake, on my gaming channel, Renaissance Nerd Arcade. You can see it, all things laid to bear. Here as I comment throughout the whole thing, it's a quality game and it deserves a playthrough. And it's unfortunate that the PlayStation 5 has a lower install base than the PlayStation 4. The game also costs more money, and there was a lot of pushback because of certain story elements that people aren't happy with. But the game is still quality, just like Final Fantasy XIV is still quality. 16 was quality. It was a step in the right direction. They're trying to right the ship. Trying will have a loss. It's an expected loss, and they're paying for it, but they're doing the right thing. They've been talking about it, and I've been reporting on it for a few months now, that Square Enix was going to restructure. They have a new CEO. They are pulling back, and here it is. They're pulling back. They're going to focus on Final Fantasy. Dragon Quest 12 is still on the horizon. Likely the very last time we're going to get Akira Toriyama art and storyline stuff put in there. So that's going to be huge. A new Mana game comes out in a month or so. That's coming out. Final Fantasy XIV's newest expansion, Dawn Trail, releases on June 28th. I myself have recently resubscribed to Final Fantasy XIV in preparation to get into it because I'm excited for it. Most people who are into the game are excited for it. It's a new story. It's a new adventure, new classes, all kinds of good stuff. And that's what it looks like Square Enix wants to do. They want to focus on what they're good at. Therefore, they're probably going to be all right in the end. This sucks. I don't like it. But I can be objective about it that they have earned this failure. They made a lot of mistakes in the past few years, especially last year, and they're going to learn from it. Because in the end, people who care about the franchises like Yoshi P are still there. They want to make these good games. They're distancing themselves from DEI. They have removed that very weird ethics committee that appeared a year ago. They're on the right track. They're back on the rails. Give them a chance. And Adam, you're white knighting for Square Enix. I already said I'm a fan. What else do I have to say? I want them to be successful because they have an overall history of quality, good games. But I can be objective and say when they do bad shit. But lately, they have made good stuff, and it promises to continue to be a game company that will provide respect for the fans, through Yoshi P as a perfect example, and respect to making good games that provide hundreds, thousands of hours of entertainment. Square Enix will likely be fine. They'll recover. They're going to scale back, and their projections will fit profit scales for their new version of the company. I am still going to be a customer. I am still currently satisfied, and I will continue to look forward to what they're going to do. And I will report on whether or not Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail is good. When it comes out, I'll report if the new Mana game is good. I'll report when Dragon Quest 12 comes out. I will get Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. I think it's probably going to be called Revelations or some shit like that. I will report if it's good because I only tell you the truth. I show you what I do, and you then get to make the decision. Don't let emotion completely cloud your judgment. Remember what's good. Remember that they're trying, and support them. If you believe they still have a chance to be a good company. I do believe. I will continue to support. Okay, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be very much appreciated. If you are new here, I invite you to subscribe to me right here on YouTube, where I hope to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about whiny Stan, fake fan, and SJW fifis. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.